Greetings, viewer, and welcome once again to Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, yeah, Kashyyyk. For real this time. Yeah. Cutscene.
When we arrived on Kashyyyk, things were just as bad as we feared. The droids had us outgunned, outmaneuvered, and outmanned by a 5-to-1 margin. What none of us had counted on was the Wookies. We'd all heard the stories, of course, but we'd never fought next to them. Never seen them rip apart a droid with their bare hands. They were magnificent. Even so, it was still a suicide mission. At least it was until Master Yoda arrived. Then it became a battle. A winnable battle.
What accent is it that causes Yoda to be pronounced Yoder?
No retreats. No excuses.
But well, this mission is simple. It's defend this point right here for 3 minutes. It's not very interesting because it's just defending a point for 3 minutes. So have fun watching me defend that point for 3 minutes. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna be able to slice into that tank right there. And if I'm unlucky, I'll die. Hey look, I'm unlucky! I'm gonna try again, though, because I refuse to finish this episode without having cut into a tank. Because this tank is not gonna run away from me, at all. I refuse to let it. And I don't care if I get killed a million times trying. I'm gonna freaking finish this by cutting into a tank. I don't care there's a tank right there that is on my side and I could totally use. I'm cutting into an enemy tank. Okay. You slice by holding up this thing and just holding it, and I'm doing that, and I'm gonna freaking cut into this tank, and I'm not even kidding. Hey, 100, that means I can get in. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! This freaking game hates my cutting into things. I'm gonna cut into this one, and this one's almost dead, so cutting into it's completely pointless. It's just gonna die the moment I get in. Okay, I'm actually gonna get in this time. Come on, let me in. There we go. Well, yeah, I cut into a freaking tank. I cut into a tank, and now I'm using the tank, and I don't even care. I don't even care. This is technically an armored droid. I'm technically in a droid right now, and I don't even care. I don't even care. And if you'll notice, in the bottom left, there is healing going on. Like, there's a little itty bitty tiny whiny little non-existent little tiny itty bitty bit of health that is increasing every, I don't know how long. It seems to be a little bit it's not quite constantly because it's flashing. Ah, I'm getting sliced! I am not gonna get sliced out of the thing that I just sliced into. I am not letting them slice. Slicing is my thing. Slicing is my thing! Slicing! Here's my... We have to get behind seawall because we suck. And we, of course, cannot win this fight on our own. So we have to get behind the seawall because we suck. But unfortunately that also means I have to get out of this tank because the seawall is a wall. This should come as a surprise to no one that the seawall is a wall. And here's another wall that is also the seawall. They're both the seawall. But I can't be in a tank for either of them. I have to run up here and say high point. And then point at it and go haha. High points. Haha.
Defend the oil refinery at all costs. If we don't, this whole place is going to blow.
Now we need to defend the oil refinery, and I need to watch out for snail tanks. But if a snail tank dares show up, I'm going to cut into it or just blow it up with this thing, because here is a tank that is on this side of the seawall. And a tank on this side of the seawall is much more useful right now. There's supposed to be a gunner above me, but I'm not sure what the control for calling them. It might be C, because I smacked C and that guy immediately jumped in. But it also could have been a complete coincidence that that happened. I know that in the PS2 version there is a way to call a friendly to make them jump up in your tank, but I don't know what it is in the PC version at all. Post the comments! Lots of robots, and they are all going to be murdered by my tank of murder death with extra dipping sauce. Extra murder dipping sauce, of course. Other kinds of dipping sauce are invalid for this type of tank. And putting non-murder sauce on this tank would be the equivalent of putting tartar sauce on a cheeseburger. I can't even eat it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I should know what I'm talking about, so it's okay. I have to assume that the armored tank droids are what they meant by snail tanks, because I've never seen something called a snail tank. Unless it's those spider things, but that would make no sense compared to the things that actually look like snails. So it's probably what I just said. Blech, coughing. Okay, I'm really tired using this friendly tank because it's just too friendly, too powerful. I want to use a freaking enemy tank that is terrible and not even good. Battle droid, don't freaking get past me. You're a sniper. Why are you even bringing in the snipers for this point? What purpose do snipers serve right now? You know what? I'm not even gonna try because like the Wookiees will probably all just throw grenades at it and it will explode because they don't have technician turned on and they just die 5 times. Unless they do have technician, but I don't know how they'd go about doing that because I'm the only person in a friendly tank and I haven't been sliced out because I'm not gonna let anyone slice me. I know how to freaking deal with that. You run away. That's how you deal with it. You run away, and then they can't slice you because they're terrible. And if they get close to it, you just jump out and shoot them in the face. Because that's how they deal with it when I do it. They just jump out and shoot me in the face. Oh yeah, torpedoes. Torpedoes. I don't think they're technically missiles. Actually, they're technically missiles. Defense missions are they're something special, you know, because you don't get to do anything but just sit there and kill enemies until it's over, and you don't get to battle the way you'd want to battle because you have to battle by staying at one place for like 7 minutes in a row, and then you still have to finish the battle. So, okay, that's over. And Yoda time. Yoda time. Stop. Yoda time. Yoda time is an awful lot like hammer time, but instead of being hit with a hammer, you're hit with a lightsaber. And instead of by a guy named Hammer, you get hit by a little green guy. In fact, it's absolutely nothing like hammer time at all. But it is Yoda time. It's definitely Yoda time for shizzle. Force pull! Force pull! Force pull! Force pull! The freaking droid is too far away for force pull. Force pull. I'm gonna force pull this droid. I am gonna force pull you! Told you I was gonna force pull you. I told him that I was gonna force pull him. But he didn't know what I was talking about because he's a robot. And robots are stupid. They don't know what force pull is. That's why he wouldn't get force pulled, because he's a robot. And he didn't know what I was talking about because he's a robot. Force pull. See, they don't freaking understand the concept of force pull. I need to capture that point too, but I just completely ignored it altogether. That's a spider. Yeah, it's definitely called Spider Walker because it looks like a spider. Fighting them as Yoda is really hard because he's really short. I mean, it's not like he's a little bit short and you know, he can just, like, you know, smack it a little bit. No, he can touch their feet. He can tickle their feet with his lightsaber. He can tickle their feet. Oh, but I freaking killed that tank. I killed it with my I foot tickled that tank to death. I foot tickled. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can kill people by tickling their feet. You can kill giant robotic spiders by tickling their feet. Giant robotic four-legged spiders, and you will freaking get force pulled. Why are they immune to force pull? Why do I have to force pull them 42 times before they get force pulled? Where's this one out? I'm a force push this one. I'm a force push this one. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. You too. You get out of my life. Get out of my life. Force push is the equivalent of a Jedi. It's basically a Jedi just slapping you in the face so hard that you just leave. Basically the idea in force push. He just slaps you so hard that you just leave, but he does it with magic, and by magic I mean science, I think. Didn't they say at some point that it's science that makes them? I don't know. Something about blood. I don't care. Get out of my life, tank. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. You two robots, get in my life so I can get some more time. Because I become more alive when I murder things. Because I'm a Jedi. Jedis are hardcore like that. Doop, 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 doop. Just standing here doing nothing. Doop, doop. We win. Now. We win, but we don't win yet. We haven't won yet, and we won. We win. Ha ha. You silly robots not running. Force pull! Force pull! Force pull! Force pull! Aww. I got a victory before I could use the force pull that I freaking force pulled. Victory, though. Victory. Cutscene.
With the timely arrival of Master Yoda, the 501st was able to hold the line against the Seps on Kashyyyk. We left as heroes. Years later, we'd return as conquerors.
Since it's technically episode 7, but episode 6 I didn't tell you what something was. Public Enemy. That's the person who killed the most people in one life. Pretty simple. It's usually me. Personal stats, if you care, just cause. And career stats. Again, if you care. And, well, goodbye!